Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Bubblegum Reviews. My name is Steve, and today's review will be on the movie here behind me. We have Godzilla vs. Biollante. This is a first-time watch for me. As I said, I'm trying to get caught up in the Godzilla films because I have not seen a lot of them. As far as who's in this, I'm not familiar with anybody. A little quick summary is there's a lot of people that are after Godzilla's cells, and while he's in his volcanic tomb, they're racing to get the cells. One of the groups that gets them is a scientist, and his daughter dies of a terrorist attack, and he ends up making a countermeasure weapon against Godzilla, and that just happens to be Biollante. And will that be enough to stave off Godzilla? So, anyways, first things first, from the start of the movie, what I kind of noticed, which it was not in any way a bad thing, but it totally felt like it, was this was a Jackie Chan movie. Like, you literally take out Jackie Chan and replace it with Godzilla, and that's kind of what it felt like. Like the movie Super Cop. Is it one? I don't know if it's Super Cop 1 or 2. I actually have the one I'm talking about. But, anyways, it felt like that. It wasn't a bad thing, it wasn't a good thing, it was just interesting. The other thing so there is a part in this movie where the random sniper dude who is just killing people to get the cells, he has a sniper rifle and he knows how to shoot with it, and this guy just gets in the car and starts driving straight towards him. You don't drive towards a sniper, especially if they're a good shot. And you obviously saw what happened. So that part was a little, are you serious? But anyways, the graphics in this weren't half bad. Godzilla's rubber suit that he had and everything wasn't bad. Like, I was actually like, this is pretty freaking cool. His scales were badass. I loved it. Like, those were super cool. But the part where he like rose from the volcano and stuff, that was pretty freaking sweet as well. Like, this movie did a pretty damn good job. The people were entered into the movie and everything. And the one downfall as far as like who was and wasn't entered was Biollante. He wasn't in the movie long enough. Like, he had one little early on meeting with Godzilla, and then he had another one later on, and that was it. And it was like, wow, that wasn't really a whole bunch of Bio, man. Like, what the hell? But I did like the monster. It was super cool. Um, My favorite thing about this film is the freaking score. Dude, the score in this is like top of the line. Like, this guy could be like the John Williams of Japan, or so. I know that's not the case, but I'm telling you, dude, this score was amazing. This is something, if I could, I'd go out and buy the CD for the score on this film because it was that good. I'm sure it's probably like $80 or something because it's some like rare one to find or whatever, but this was amazing. I literally originally gave the film what I gave it, and I ended up bumping it up a whole another point after realizing how good the score was. Like, because I in the movie I remember hearing it and was like, wow, this is really good. But afterwards, as I'm trying to pick the songs for my review, it was just even, I'm like, man, this is really freaking good. Like, this was top of the line stuff right here. So that was really good. Um, the part where Godzilla is in the water and the ships are fighting him and whatnot, and even Super X2. Yeah, I'll get to that guy in a minute. But anyways, that part was really funny because it literally felt like there was like a large toy Godzilla that was just barely moving around, and there was a bunch of little like tiny toy ships just floating around shooting little like fireworks off of it or something. It was kind of funny. But anyways, get back to Super X2. So the Fire Mirror, Super X2, why did they not pursue that thing any farther? Like, as movies went on? Why were they not like, we've been working on the Super X2 and we've came up with such and such or whatever? Because that damn weapon was actually pretty effective against Godzilla. Like, for the most part, when he was shooting that beam out of his mouth and it was reflecting it back towards him, it was hitting him and hurting him. So why would you not be like, okay, we need to fix this and this and this? That way Godzilla can't melt the Super X2. Like, that damn thing did a pretty good job. It literally phased him a few times early on. And then you guys just kind of gave up on it. Like, that would have been the main weapon that I would have been like, we need to make sure this weapon is up and running, because this thing definitely put a hurt on Godzilla. So yeah. But anyways, overall, man, this is a really fun movie. At first glance, looking at the cover, it's kind of like, the cover's actually kind of cool, but still, you're just kind of like, I don't know how I'm going to feel about this movie. But after watching it, I enjoyed it. I really did. There was a few slow parts, few parts that I'm like, what in the world? And just the fact of Biollante's usage was very short, was a little, uh, like I said, not the best. But the one thing I did notice as well is, so tell me that Biollante's, like, his tentacles that he had with the little mouths on them, those little mouths look like the plant from Little Shop. He actually, his whole thing looked like the Little Shop of Horrors plant. And the tentacles kind of reminded me of Jumanji, when that one thing starts having the tentacles coming out after him. So that was kind of interesting. But yeah, overall, this is a solid watch. Definitely fun. I liked it. I really enjoyed. Um, Director in this is Kazuki Amori. I am not familiar with anything this guy has done, but I wouldn't mind kind of watching something else after this. This was a really good film. IMDb gave this a 6.5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 71%. Dog Bones gave it a 2 out of 4. I originally gave it a 6 out of 10, but after the score of, like, really going through and being like, wow, this is really good, I bumped it up to a 7 out of 10. So that's what a score can do. I literally almost gave it like an 8 or 9, but I was like, no, I don't want to go too high, because there was definitely stuff that I wasn't 100% with on. But reasons I tell you to watch it, the score, man. I'm telling you, that is the number one reason I really like this film. Two is just, Biollante as a monster was actually a pretty cool monster. Like, it really was. I was watching the behind the scenes, and there was some of the stuff that they left out, and I'm like, the one part that they left out that I thought would have been kind of cool, just because they could have like tributed to his daughter, Erica, is when Biolante's pores went all over the place, it like grew a bunch of flowers in the ground, and that part was really cool. I know they probably were like, "Yeah, this is too." It's not. I don't want to say violent, but like not actiony enough for the movie. But still, like, you already entered Erica, like the dead daughter of this guy, into the Biollante, so you might as well just kind of add that as well. So that, to me, I was like, you should have done it. But yeah, score overall, the graphics aren't bad. Godzilla, it was fun. Like, watch the behind the scenes part after watching the movie, and you're gonna be like, wow, that was actually a really cool watch. And especially finding out how they did this and that and stuff. I mean, once you watch behind the scenes for anything, you're gonna kind of change your tune. But box office of a 1.04 billion, Japan, on a budget of 700 million, Japan. So it made $300.4 million, Japan. So overall, I mean, as far as that goes, I don't know how their currency and our currency is, but I mean, this and that. Anyways, my interesting fact is, so this movie was originally going to feature a rat-fish hybrid named Dotelios. Dotelios. I Dotalios. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not, but anyways, and it's funny. My buddy literally was just like kind of saying it to me over audio, and I'm just like, yeah, that sounds right. Now I'm sitting here trying to feel like I don't know if that's how I said it or whatnot. But anyways, so Deautalios. Look it up. Check out this thing, man. It's actually pretty cool. Truthfully, Godzilla would have like bit it in half in one bite or whatever. But at the same time, I wouldn't have been opposed to seeing it. So hey, if they want to like throw that in to one of today's films, I would not be opposed to checking that out. That would be pretty cool. All in all, this is not a bad film though. So up next though, we have the movie Nighthawks with Stallone and Rutger Hauer. So that'll be up next. Wes, I know you're a fan of this, so yeah, all right. Like and subscribe. You guys check out my letterbox. Check out my eBay update. I literally will be having business cards, so I'm going to be sending those out to movies I sell on eBay, so that way I can kind of broaden my horizons for my review page and whatnot. But stay tuned, and I will see you guys next time. All right.